Hey guys, Stevie here. If you hear some commotion in the background, I'm at a con right now. My friends thought it would be a good idea to get me out of the house for a couple of days, just so I could, maybe just so I wasn't at home alone, sulking and overthinking, the recent news. For those of you that don't know, my grandmother passed away. And for a lot of people, their grandparents passing away, not to minimize the feelings felt or the emotions felt, but it's a little different than losing a parent to some because, they're grandparents. For me, it's a little different because my grandparents basically took the role of my parents. So losing my mom a few years ago, it was my biological mom, that hurt. And then losing my grandma is like having to lose my mom all over again. So, God rest her soul. It still hurts like a motherfucker. I'm sure you can tell just from taking a look at me that it's still hitting me hard. So my friends got me out of the house and they thought it'd be a good idea. So I'm outside the actual con. Actually, it's over that way. So if you hear loud shit in the background, that's what it is. Or you see some random, like, Edward Elric or Cloud Strife walk by, or like somebody from like Death Note or something walk by. Yeah. I haven't been teleported to the most random universe ever. It's just a con. But anyway, if you noticed, I didn't use someguy827 to introduce myself. Because, not even in light of this recent news, something I've been thinking about for a while is, am I really someguy827? Or am I just me? Have I been chasing an internet persona for so long and chasing whatever it is that I've been attempting to chase on this channel for so long that I've lost sight of who I am? And I've contemplated that question for a long time, and I've come to the realization that, yeah, I have. I've come to the realization that I've kind of fucked myself over a lot and prioritized this internet realm more than I've ever prioritized some of the real shit in my life. And I've used it as a platform, yes, to vent, to get my feelings and my opinions out there and stuff. But when the time comes, you need to leave stuff like that behind and just move on with your life, because it's really just you walking in place. I may have gotten partnered on this website. Woo. It really doesn't mean a whole lot in the bigger scope of things. There's a lot of problems that I've been facing now in my personal life because I've been unwilling to make certain sacrifices so other areas of my life can improve. And this has been one of them, where I've prioritized the drama, the bullshit, whatever the fuck you want to say, of this YouTube thing more than I've prioritized, well, hell, my relationship for one. So, I don't know how else other to say this than this is my last video. And, I've had an amazing run on this website with all these wonderful people who've come and shown up and, you like what I have to say, you agree with what I have to say, it's hard for me to explain because, you only have so much of a connection with people through this, but the fact that so many people have tried to make a connection or have made one and understand where I'm coming from and can relate to it, that's an amazing feeling to me that, they can relate with me on that basis. But really, I just don't want to keep doing this anymore. In my last few videos, they're very personal, and that's just, it's me at that point just forcing myself to come up with shit to talk about, forcing myself to care enough to put something on YouTube and share it with people. And I really haven't truly felt the desire to do that for so long, legitimately, that for a very long time I've just been kind of forcing content, and it's just, it's not worth it anymore. I'm not saying that I don't appreciate everyone that's shown up for this whole ride, and all the people that support me. I still love the fact you guys do that, so don't take the wrong impression here, but I need to move on with my life. I need to do something better. I'm a musician. I've put off pursuing music to pursue YouTube. I'm a DJ. I've put off pursuing DJing to pursue YouTube. I'm, trying to be the best boyfriend, and fiance that I can whoever that is, in a relationship. And I've literally now pushed that by the wayside to pursue YouTube. And at that point, am I really willing to sacrifice the love of the person who I want to spend the rest of my life with for a stupid fucking website? Well, the answer is no. I don't want to do that. I don't want to sacrifice that. I don't want to sacrifice the person that I love because of a website. I don't want to let them go because they're watching me not prioritize them over something that I can just put by the wayside at any time in my life, and that's what I'm doing, okay? I need to move on. I've got family stuff to worry about with grandma, I've got personal shit to deal with all this mess that you've been hearing about, and I'm taking those videos down too. Because another thing that I don't like about YouTube is that you can really fuck yourself by being too open and sharing chapters of your life that are better off not out there. And that's a risk you take. When you get on this website, that's the risk you take. But you know what? I'm 26 years old. And I'm at the point to where I feel like this is all just a bunch of high school, he said, she said, tattletale bullshit. And it's meaningless to me. It feels absolutely meaningless. We're in a community where YouTubers will start fights with one another over just nothing. People that don't need to hate each other, that hate each other. I don't make videos on what's his fucking face anymore because I don't care, I don't even make videos on other YouTubers on it anymore because all I'm doing is being arbitrarily told that I should have an issue with them. Like Undertaker Freak 1127. A lot of people wanted me to not like him, and I don't know him well enough to have an opinion. I don't care. A lot of people wanted me to make hate videos on the guy, and I just didn't feel like it was in my interest to do so because there's no reason for me to dislike John because I don't know him well enough. I don't have any beef with him. So what am I going to do? Make this angry, passionate, fuck you video? No. Even when I did that for The Amazing Atheist, he even put that on his podcast. Even there it said, this sounds so melodramatic. Well, yeah, it was forced. Do you really think that I legitimately care about TJ that fucking much? I don't even know the guy. All I know is that he shoved a banana up his ass and that he's had a bunch of websites that didn't work out. So I sat there and harped on that for like 8 minutes plus per video because people would watch it, and at that point I'm just not even worth it. When you gotta make yourself do a video, then the time has come to move on to different things. And for me in my life, the time has come to, one, figure out how to hold a camera like I'm not filming an episode of 24, and two, the time in my life has come where I just need to go to greener pastures because this is going nowhere. And I'm just in a lull in my life right now where I need to pick up a lot of scattered pieces, put them together, and then just go forward. I had probably one of the worst arguments in the world with the person who I care about the most in the world over this kind of shit. Over me not taking the responsibility where it's needed. Over me not taking priority where it's needed. And for some people out there that even don't like me very much, especially on this website and outside of this website, I think even they can appreciate what that means because they'll get it. You can't run from that forever. You can't expect that life will just make your world perfect, and everything is just, I don't know how to put it, everything is just your definition of how it should be. No, when the person you care about is you really need to take charge of your life, you need to stop just pretending you're an internet persona, well then that time has come. So anyway, this is my last video. I want you guys to know that I will update you every now and then. It won't be quite often, but I will update you guys on stuff that I'm doing, whether it be, you know, music or DJing. I'll still make the occasional blurb. I may keep the fan page up. I don't know how much I'll be updating it, because even that for me just takes too much time out of my day. And it's not just posting a status or uploading a picture. I mean, it's caring about analytics, how many people are looking at your page, all that kind of shit. It's too big of a waste of time for something that really isn't, you know, something I care that much about anymore, or have the time to care that much about anymore. Right now I'm trying to work on finalizing things for my passport and figuring out how it is that I'm gonna, you know, figure out how to get a job overseas and live abroad for a while. Not permanently, but for a while, because I'd like to see this world. I'd like to experience a whole bunch of things that I've never been able to experience, had the privilege to do before, and spending the majority of my time bitching about things I see on the internet is not going to get me there. So, I appreciate all the support that I've got from you guys over the last several years. I appreciate every single person who showed up for that DJ contest. I mean, that really was the biggest linchpin for why I kept doing it for the longest time, because of that support. 700 people in 2 days. You know, I've spent a life being told that I was just not good enough to do that. Without being told that I wasn't good enough, just, you know, implied that I'm never going to be good enough to do that. And in 2 days, 700 people showed up for something because they wanted to see me accomplish that goal. And I can't thank you guys enough for that. I can't thank you enough for the support that I've gotten over the years. But now is just my time to move on to greener pastures, as they say. So, thank you guys for all the support over the years. I appreciate it. I love it. And you just keep doing you. You just keep doing your thing. I would say that I'm some guy on the internet, and so are you, but you know what? No. I'm Stephen Mundinger. And you, well, you, whoever you are. You're not bound to a screen name. You're not bound to an identity like that. You're you. And I'm no longer a screen name. So anyway, until we meet again, take it easy.